Okay, so to understand cerebellar control, we first need to look at what is coming into and out of the cerebellum. We have afferents coming into the cerebellum and efferents coming out. The four mossy spinal pathways are anterior spinocerebellar, posterior spinocerebellar, rostrospinocerebellar, and cuneo-spinocerebellar. The five mossy brainstem pathways are the pontocerebellar, raphe-cerebellar, reticulocerebellar, hypothalamocerebellar, and cerebellocerebellar. There's also one climbing pathway, afferent, olivocerebellar. The mossy fibers come up and into the cerebellum and send an excitatory action potential to the granular cells and the dentate nuclei. They send a weak excitatory signal. The mossy fibers go up to the granular cell and continue to the granular cell's axon, which is the parallel fiber, which continues the excitatory potential to the Purkinje cell. Then we have climbing fibers coming up with an excitatory potential, sending that excitatory potential to the dentate and straight to the Purkinje cell. The climbing fibers are strong excitatory action potentials. Both mossy and climbing fibers use glutamate to excite. The summation of the climbing and mossy fibers at the Purkinje cell make the Purkinje cell depressed. We call this long-term depression, and this is a theory behind motor learning. When the sensory and climbing, or the mossy and climbing, come together at the Purkinje cell, the cerebellum knows what went right and wrong with a movement. Then we have efferents coming out of the deep nuclei, dentate in this picture, in this case. The efferents are corticonuclear and nucleocortical. So the negative from the Purkinje cell is going to override both the positives that are coming to dentate. So we have efferents coming out. They're going to decussate in the superior cerebellar peduncle. They go to their own nuclei on the contralateral side, decussate back, and then go to their various destinations, which include the red nucleus, pons, and thalamus. We need all this information coming in and out to correct movements of the body. The cerebellum keeps movement smooth, and without it, we would look jerky and ataxic. The mossy fibers are sensory info, and the climbing fibers are reflex, balance, and error info. Again, when they come together, the cerebellum knows what went right and wrong and is able to correct movement to make it smooth. Because all of the efferents from the deep nuclei in the cerebellum decussate twice, any damage to the cerebellum will cause ipsilateral problems.